Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. We are back with our second episode of the Couch Vlog series. We posted the last video, got some feedback on some things that people wanted to hear us talk about, inform you guys on. So this time we will be speaking on the discussion between flexible dieting and bro dieting. So it is a very big debate in the fitness industry. I think it's more of a personal opinion as well on what the pros and cons to each one are. So we're going to discuss that a little bit, just for you guys on personal background record information. Derek does a lot of flexible dieting. I do a lot of bro dieting, so you're going to have both sides in the video. Douglas is just here for shits and giggles. He's counting his macros as he eats his cereal. Each bite is a macro count, so
he's on a forever ball.
He's working on that.
Dirty ball.
He's the guy in the middle of the bro diet and flexible diet. He can't figure out which one he wants to do. So we're going to get into it, and I hope you guys take away something positive from this, and we will continue to go off your feedback and make these videos so that they will be beneficial for y'all. So, Derek, flexible dieting. Today at the gym, me and Derek were talking about dieting. We're talking about the fact that I'm currently on a cut before I go out to California for the 4th of July. And Derek brought up the point that he was upset with the fact that I'm still bro dieting and refuse to flexible diet. So Derek, would you please just give them your reasoning for why you think flexible dieting is so much better than bro dieting?
Alright, well, for those of you who don't know, flexible dieting is basically like counting your macros, so you're given a certain calorie count and macronutrient like protein, fat, carb amounts to hit each day. And bro dieting is basically like you eat the same thing at the same time every single day. It's repetitive, in my opinion. So I prefer flexible dieting because it just kind of gives me the freedom to fill my macros, fill in my caloric intake how I wish. Now, a lot of people get that mixed up because they're like, oh, well, if I count if it fits your macros, so I could just get this Big Mac at McDonald's and add that in for 700 calories and then just eat around that, or fill my macros however else I want. That's not really the case. So obviously you're free to fill it in as you want, but the healthier, you still need to eat with purpose. You know what I mean? You still need to get, you still want to hit your micros, you still want to get those healthy foods. But it just gives you the freedom. So if I wake up and I want a bowl of the protein oatmeal that I make one day for breakfast, and the next day I want a egg white sandwich or something like that, it just gives me the freedom to eat what I want, when I want, for the most part. Now, like I said, it's not an excuse to eat like shit, but it just gives me the freedom and the peace of mind to eat what I would like. So, you want to explain your bro diet? Okay,
so the bro diet, and after this we'll probably debate back and forth on the differences. But what is considered bro dieting in my eyes is just an easier version of dieting. Because when I diet and I'm on a cut, I'm extremely lazy, and the last thing I want to do with everything else I have going on is cook. So if I can get on a routine and cook something that is already pre-planned and already laid out for me, that's less time it takes out of my day to accomplish something and less thought that goes into it. So bro dieting essentially is, on the stereotypical side of fitness, the same food every single day. Now, if you have different phases, the food is going to vary, it's going to change, but for whatever the duration of that time frame is, it is the same food every single day. So yes, right now I'm eating egg whites, 2 slices of turkey bacon, and a protein shake every single morning for breakfast. To me, I'm fine with that. I don't need to have my egg white sandwich. I don't need to have my protein oatmeal because it just takes more time out of my day. If I can just cook it, get up and be done, and leave it alone, it's fine. So that doesn't go, I don't have to take the extra time to think about whether or not, what do I want for breakfast today. It's already in the fridge, I already know what I'm going to eat. So that's the difference between bro dieting and flexible dieting, I guess, in a sense, for the fitness side of the house. But to me, it's easier. That's why I do it. I've adapted to it. I'm used to it. It really doesn't bother me that much because I still get my cheat meal on the weekend. So I've gotten to the point now to where bro dieting doesn't really, it doesn't hurt me. So for me, my taste buds, I've gotten used to it. The mental mindset, I've gotten used to it. I've adapted to it. So I can bro diet because I'm not worried about the taste. I'm worried about the results that I get out of it. And I think that's a big thing that people don't apply to the topic when they talk about flexible dieting and bro dieting. Douglas, as he eats his Cheerios, it's his second bowl, by the way, after he took a nap and did not go to the gym today. So,
call me out.
Killing it.
Way to call
gotta
me
call
out.
you out. YouTube's gonna hold you accountable. That's exactly what that means.
It's my
Hold him
rest day.
accountable so he gets to the gym whether he's bulking or not. Bulking doesn't mean you can take days off for no reason.
Here's my rest day.
But I think that is like a serious point to touch on is the fact that some people look at it as, oh, if you're bro dieting, like, oh, you're just lazy and don't want to cook. But at the same time, like, yeah, I'm lazy and don't want to cook because I'm drained all day. Like, I don't, like, my energy's low, it is what it is. But for me, like, I'm not worried about the taste, I'm more worried about the results. So I feel like if you get your mind right with that and what you want to do and what you're looking to achieve, then bro dieting wouldn't be so bad for you. But when it comes to flexible dieting, I do agree with you on an extent. Sometimes, like, it does not matter how long you bro diet, you will have cravings. Like, currently I'm craving Mexican food, but I cannot eat Mexican food because even if you're flexible dieting, it's still not macro friendly.
So, like, basically what we're, like, I know we have our different points of view, but what it really comes down to is just like really anything in fitness. It's really like what you prefer, what you find the easiest, and what you find that you enjoy the most. So, like, just the same thing with like working out. Like, some people prefer like chest, tri, back, bi, legs, shoulders types, but I don't know. Some people prefer a PPL. Some people prefer going for 6 days a week. Some people prefer going 4, and then like that's perfectly fine. Like, the biggest thing with beginners in the gym is like you got to find something that you enjoy. You know what I mean? So if you don't enjoy the way you're dieting, then obviously it's not going to be sustainable. So like what it comes down to, like, so like if you're a beginner and you're trying to kind of figure out what you should do, try both. Honestly, like I've tried both. I don't know, have you tried flexible dieting at all?
I tried for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so I mean I've tried both for extended periods of time when I've dieted. I find flexible dieting easier just because of the fact that I know I'm not losing weight too fast, and I know I'm not overeating. And that's the thing. It's like I know exactly how much I need to eat every day, and when my weight loss and fat loss starts to go stagnant, I drop my calories a little bit. So that's just, like I said, prevents me from overeating and prevents me from eating too little. So that way I'm doing everything that I can to preserve mass. So like I said, it really comes just down to what you enjoy and what you prefer. So
I mean, in a sense, I agree with you on that because I will say, if you are a beginner, even if like you've been lifting for a while but you've never followed a diet, so I'm not talking about a beginner in the lifting aspect because I lifted for 2 years and I ate whatever I wanted. There was no diet involved. Dieting is completely separate from fitness. Like, you don't have to work out to diet. You can just diet and do whatever you want. But dieting is a workout in its own like separate section from fitness just because of the mental part that goes into it. But I do agree with you on the extent that flexible dieting is easier because I will say, when I started my prep for my show last year, it was the first time. I have followed like small regimens here and there as far as like clean eating, but it was never like an official strict diet. So when I hopped on my diet the first time, that first month, probably a month and a half, honestly, it was rough because I hadn't adapted like I have now. I hadn't adapted at the time to the bro diet. So I still wanted pizza every other night. I still wanted Chinese every other night. I wanted every craving I had. I literally like had to fight myself not to go get it to where it's now like if I have a craving, it's like okay, whatever, I can blow it off because I know my cheat meal's coming up and I'll just get it then. But I would say like flexible dieting, if you are gonna like try diet first, flexible dieting would probably be the better way to go because like Derek said, you can lose that passion for fitness through your diet because if you're not enjoying it, then it kind of takes away from the purpose. It was different for me because I already paid to compete, so I had a vision, I had a set goal, I had a time frame. And so I had really in my own mind, I had no choice. So it was either you do this or you waste your money. I don't like wasting money, so I made myself do it. But I do agree with you on that sense. I feel like if you are starting off, I probably, if I would have known at the time, I would have rather done flexible dieting just because it was so hard for me to break those cravings at the time. So I'm glad you brought that up.
for sure. Yeah. So I think bottom line, dieting fucking sucks. Find the way that sucks the least.
Very true.
So I mean, like I said, we've kind of outlined our points on flexible dieting versus bro dieting. We both kind of have biased opinions, but I mean, we both kind of, I don't know, we conversed about it and
Right. And Derek's done both. He's trying to convince me to do both. So after I finish this little cut for California for the 4th of July, then I will probably go into a bulk because we were both, should we tell them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So most people keep it secret, so go ahead and tell y'all. Planning on doing a show out in Arizona this year. I was supposed to compete again this year, and my work schedule just didn't line up once again like last year, so I moved my show up once last year. I didn't want to deal with that again, so I just went ahead and called it off. But we're both planning on doing the show in Arizona next year around the first of the year, first or 2 months, January, February time frame. So after this little cut for California, I will probably go into a lean bulk, probably till about the November time frame.
Yeah, we're doing a lean versus dirty bulk video soon, right?
Yeah.
Yes, stay tuned for that too. So
yeah, we're gonna do it dirty.
I've done both of those, so I've definitely got some good insight on that.
We've got some good information
We
coming.
got a big, we got a dirty bulker right here.
Oh yeah, I've done
Yeah,
it.
Douglas is dirty bulked for about a week now, and he just told me last night after he was reminiscing on his abs that he was slowly getting and make good progress for, that he wanted them back.
Yep.
So in the next week or two, you might see him dieting again. We will see. He never makes up his mind. He's kind of here and there. But with that being said, guys, please give this video a thumbs up if you thought it was informational. If you took something away from it that was beneficial. Comment if there's anything else that you guys want us to touch on. There's a few other topics that we've already been spoken to about, so we're going to touch on those as well. We're trying to make this as beneficial for y'all as possible. So any type of corrective criticism or feedback is welcome. We will take it. And if you haven't yet, click up in the left-hand corner and subscribe, or in the bottom left-hand corner and subscribe. Depends on what part of the video you're looking at, what part of the page you're looking at. So thank you guys for tuning in. This video is shorter than the last one. We're going to try to keep them short and sweet so you guys don't, lose your train of thought and get bored. But we will see you guys in the next video. And flexible diet or bro diet?